morning. It's Saturday, December 7th. It is our first Cadet Guard Saturday rehearsal, and it's cold. And today is also Hogwarts Pride, so I'm wearing my Hufflepuff gear. So we like to do some themed Saturdays with our Cadet Guard, just to make getting up on a Saturday morning a little bit more fun. So today I am going to chat with you about Cadet Guard. And while my car warms up, I'll kind of get a little introduction going. So I am the director of the Avon Cadet Guard, which is our middle school color guard program. And we have students in our guard this year from 5th through 8th grade. When I started, it's a long story, but I taught the Cadet Guard a long time ago. And then I had children and got involved in community theater and took some time off. And then I came back about 4 or 5 years ago. And when I started, we just really had 7th and 8th graders. And just, 6th graders that were siblings of people in the high school guard. We're like, well, can we do it in 6th grade? Sure, why not? And then this year we had a couple of 5th graders who wanted to do it. And we said, well, let's give it a try and see maturity level wise how you're doing. And they're doing great, so why not? So that is 4 schools worth. So we have 2 intermediate buildings that are 5th through 6th grade. And then we have 2 middle schools that are 7th and 8th grade. So we have Avon Intermediate East and West and Avon Middle School North and South. So we have North, South, East, and West in our middle school guard. If you're going to ask me about the structural organization of the group, I will tell you this. It was in place before I got here. I don't know how it was formed. I'm sure people approached the middle school buildings, asked if we could do it, but the whole organization is run through our high school band program. So basically, it's a middle school color guard, and our middle schools pay $1,000 a piece to pay me and my staff. So we get $2,000 as stipends as coaches for this program. But that's it. That's our only commitment. The high school band program is the one that takes over all the logistics, monitoring the money, giving us costumes, tarps, finding rehearsal space. Like, it's all run through the band department, if that makes sense. So our rehearsal schedule is we start like the last 2 weeks of marching band. I start getting it going, and we rehearse Monday and Thursday nights for about 2.5 hours. And I call it their trial period. Like, we do dance technique and equipment technique, and we take it up to Thanksgiving. And then I tell them, if this is not for you, then you need to be gone by Thanksgiving. If you come back to Cadet Guard after Thanksgiving, there goes Matt, he's heading to indoor. We all have practice today. If you are here after Thanksgiving, you're committed. Because we had a very big problem when I started Cadet Guard with people quitting. Middle schoolers, a lot of them haven't ever been involved in an activity before, and not many families know what this whole Cadet Guard marching band thing is, and they don't really understand the detrimental effects of quitting mid-season. So I try to emphasize. Let's say bye to Matt. Bye. Heading to indoor. There he goes. Bye. I'm gonna pause you. Okay, anyway, sorry for that distraction. Where was I? Oh, attendance. So we really struggled with people quitting. And again, now that I've done this a couple years, we have parent meetings at the beginning, and I just explain to them that this is not basketball. We don't have a bench of people waiting to come in and fill in if your kid decides not to do this. You literally leave a hole on the floor. So it's gotten a little bit better, but we still have a high ratio of people who quit. And so I give them that time before Thanksgiving to decide, and then I just say after Thanksgiving we need a commitment. We start staging the show like we're starting today, so the first weekend in December, and we just take our time filling it in, and then we start competing end of January, and then we are finished by the 2nd or 3rd week of March. So boy, that was a really quick overview. So we'll chat more later. I'm just going to try to give you an overall thing about Cadet Guard, and then throughout the year, hopefully I'll share some more insight about our program and what goes on here and what we do and what works and what doesn't work. Because trust me, we have a lot that doesn't work. So maybe you guys can even help me with that. So, all right, here we go. Okay, the first big test of the morning. Will my badge get me into the building? Let's see. That's not a good sign. Yay, it tricked me. Okay, test number 2. Is the cafeteria open? We have accessed the building. You guys try the door. Fingers crossed. Yay! Oh my gosh, it's gonna be a good day. This is my friend G, and her daughter Carly is in the color guard. Fun fact, I taught G when she was in high school. Lord, I'm old. Anyway, they're always the first ones here, and they literally take our cafeteria and get all these tables out pretty much by themselves. Because this is what we have to do every time, don't we?
Yes, every time.
Yeah. So while G and Carly unload all the tables by themselves, because they get here so early, I will tell you a little bit about our facilities. So Avon has 6 competitive winter groups during this time of year. We have our World Drum Line and our A Drum Line, our World Color Guard, our A Color Guard, and our Cadet Color Guard. And now we've added our WGI Winds Indoor, that thing. So we have 6 groups all competing for rehearsal space, along with our basketball. It's not like the school league, it's like the community league. They use our school gyms on top of all the other winter sports in all the schools. So you all know what we go through. So our rehearsal space, and we are lucky we have one, to be honest, is this cafeteria at one of the intermediate buildings. Now, obviously it's not as big as a full-size gym, but the ceiling is plenty high, works great for us. So what we had to do, since it's a little bit not wide, it's a little bit not wide, we had to take our tarp, because we use one of our old high school guard tarps. So our World Guard used it 2 years ago. Our A Guard used it last year. We're using it this year, but it's a World Guard sized tarp, so it's huge. So on Thursday, we brought the tarp in here, and we had to fold the edges in so it would fit horizontally in this space, and then duct tape them down. So our tarp is kind of square shape instead of rectangular, so that it will fit in our rehearsal space, and it's fine. It's Cadet Guard, and we only have 22 members this year, so we fit just fine on our tarp, and it works well for us. So again, not the most traditional of rehearsal spaces, but we have one, so we're happy. We just have to take all these tables out and reload them back in at every practice. So 3-hour practice, come and gone. And here's the hard thing about trying to vlog and being in charge of the group. You don't really have time to video. And also my phone is being used as the soundtrack, so I'll try to get some footage on Monday. So we staged about a minute and a half of the show, and the kids did a pretty great job. And then we had a parent meeting. I called the parents to come in to check out what we've been doing and then talk to them about paperwork. Because our group is affiliated with the high school band program, all of our kids have to have physicals on file with the high school athletic department. So we had to work on that and then talk about attendance policies, because again, I told you attendance is such a big struggle. So I like to tell the parents, because you know how middle schoolers are, probably don't spread information very well. So yeah, so we're off and running, and now I'm going to head to Avon Indoor to do some movement and dance with them. Busy day.